everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit 5,000 subscribers, so make sure you click that button below. I would appreciate it. So in today's video, we're actually going to be doing an order that I've literally had for probably well over a month. Now, yes, this is actually for my dad, so I have been procrastinating only because I've had other orders kind of come ahead of him and he completely understands. But also I've had a lot of trouble with this particular design. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. All right, so I did go ahead and I completed a order. If you guys have seen that, I'll go ahead and link it here, where I actually had my father's sticker from the back of his truck actually converted into a DFT, so I could go ahead and print them on some t-shirts. But now he actually wants to go ahead and have some embroidery work done on a few t-shirts that he purchased. But we were actually recreating the logo just slightly. So I did have to purchase a mahi, I always say that wrong, mahi fish from Etsy, which was a digitized version, but it does come with a lot of color options, as well as basically taking his logo, separating it, and putting the fish in between. Now keep in mind, this fish has a lot of colors. So I was having a lot of issues trying to figure out what colors to use, kind of make it blend. I wanted it to look really good. I ran 2 hats. I did actually give them to my parents already, otherwise I would show them, but I was very unhappy with the outcome. Now granted, they thought they were actually really well, but again, I think it's just because I do this day in, day out. I'm a more perfectionist and I really wasn't liking the outcome. So I just kind of kept tweaking everything that I kept doing, and I did go ahead and run some samples like I recommend for you guys to do as well, just to make sure you're getting exactly what you're wanting. Now what I am going to show you first is actually me getting his logo digitized, which is his double down, and I'm actually really glad that I did go ahead and just pay to get that done. It cost me 10 bucks just because I was trying to do it myself and I was having such a hard time, especially with these D's, because if you can tell, the D's kind of are like fishing hooks basically. So as you guys can tell right here, they actually look really good. I'm actually very happy with the outcome. Just ignore this and this. I did go ahead and try to make the font a little bit smaller, which again I saw was kind of running fine, but then I realized that I actually needed to downsize my needle. So right now I do use 75 needles basically on all my colors right now. However, because this font is going to be shrunk, I did have to change it to a 65, which is where I finally found the outcome and what I liked. Now, I am going to go ahead and show you guys another sample that I ran, which is right here. Now, this is the one with the fish. Now, there are just a couple imperfections that I personally did not like, such as, if you guys can see it pretty closely, the green right there actually wasn't looking very well, and there's just some modifications that I personally needed to make. Again, I had the double down. I just felt like it just looked too big, especially if it is going to be going on. Well, actually, no, that double down was fine, but I just felt like the fish itself was just not looking really good. So I went ahead and I ran my final sample, which is actually right here. So as you guys can tell, I'm really liking the outcome. Sorry, you can see my eye, but I'm trying to see what I'm doing. But as you guys can see, I'm really liking the color combo here, much better. I went ahead and showed a lot more of the green, as you can see down below, and then the double down, this is actually on the bigger side, but I did have to shrink it, which I'm completely okay with, because like I said, this is going to be going on some shirts as well as a few hats. So in this particular video, we're actually just going to be focusing on the shirts. I do have 4 in total. And as you guys know, I have shown a video on how to perform or perfect a perfect left chest logo. So we're going to be doing the same concept. The only difference is, honestly, we are just doing a much more colorful left chest pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and do the normal steps that I always do, bring it over to the machine, and then we'll get started. So I've gone ahead, I've changed my black needle to a 65, which is going to be much better for the smaller font. I went ahead and cleaned out my bobbin case right here just because it was a little dusty. The bobbin itself did not need to be replaced though, so I was checking that at the same time. And as you guys see, we went ahead and hooped everything just like we normally would. And I already have everything pre-programmed into the computer, which is great. And then at this point, all that I'm going to do is just trace it out, and I should be able to hit start. Actually, let me make sure. Okay, I had to change one of my threads. I was just making sure it wasn't interfering, and they're not. Otherwise, I haven't changed anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice trace out here. All right. I'm gonna go up just a little, a little bit. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and hit start. Machine stopped. Not really sure why. I mean, everything is hooped. Everything looks fine. So let's check our bobbin. Our bobbin looks fine. It's really strange. Oh, I have it on auto manual instead of auto, meaning that anytime it does a color change, it's automatically going to stop. Look at that, wasn't me. Cool, let's go. I'm actually very impressed on the way that this came out. I am super proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the color combination looks really good. I think that the double down separation, the size correcting the needle definitely did help out. So as you guys can see, that is it. It is very colorful. It will definitely grab attention. I'm just trying to fix the sleeve here. So yeah, I think that it looks phenomenal. Now at this point, I still do have 3 more shirts to do, and I actually have to put this design on a hat. But now my curiosity is, do you think that this logo, obviously I would change the black to white, do you feel like this logo is going to be too big for the hat? I don't think it's gonna be too small, but is it gonna be too big? And we're going to find out later in this video, so make sure you continue watching. I'm just gonna go ahead, let me finish up the shirts, and then let's jump on to these hats. I wasn't planning on it, but I do have quite a bit. I do have quite a bit he does want me to do, so I kind of want to sample on it to see how it comes out, and then we'll kind of go from there. Something got caught. What is caught and why? Interesting. Dang. All right, I don't know how it happened. I am on my third shirt right now. My blue got caught up here, like right here. It like came on the top. Not sure how that happened. I have been in the rooms. I haven't gone anywhere. Not quite sure, but regardless, it did stop. So we are just going to go ahead and rethread. These needles are so hard sometimes to thread through. If you guys have a recommendation, I don't know if you're using like a magnifying glass or just, you know, doing what I'm doing over here, let me know. Just because sometimes I feel like I cannot see. And I have 2 loose threads, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim those up. And now we can go back. We currently have another pretty big problem. I hate when this happens, but look, my thread has bunched up here. So I'm gonna have to cut. I hate when this happens. You guys see that? I know it's hard, but there you go, right there. Hate when that happens. Unfortunately, that can happen time to time. I know the Ricoma rep once told me it can be caused from, it can be caused from your needle not being like straightforward, which mine seems to be fine. I don't feel like that is the issue. I'm just going to just double check everything. Okay, so it looks like I should have been able to just trim it, which is exactly what I did do. I do have to back up. Okay, so I've done that. I have to turn my light back to red. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna cut. Actually, I'll just leave that. I don't even care. I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. The great news is we've gone ahead and we finished all 4 shirts. So at this point, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and take off my brackets so we can work on the hats. I'm at least going to run one right now just to kind of see how it does and if I need to make any adjustments, because if I have to shrink it, I can only shrink it by probably 5 or 10% on the machine. Otherwise, I will have to physically, why did I just do that? I have to physically, I can't talk apparently, adjust it on the computer. Now also, I mentioned I turned this needle to a 65. Since I am working on a more structured hat, unfortunately I will have to change it back to a 75. At least I'm worried that if I don't, the needle is just going to snap. So I do have quite a few hats just in case the font becomes too thick with this size needle, but I'd rather just be safe than sorry. And go ahead and switch it out. Now I do have multiple videos of exactly how I hoop my hats, so if you want, you can go ahead and check those out. Also, you do need to make sure that you are changing your hat hoop on your machine before you physically put it on, because this does move quite a bit. And as of right now, it's saying that it would fit. So I'm really curious. Oh, don't forget the last color, we need to change to white. Thanks for reminding me. So we'll go ahead, pop that on. Let's go ahead and trace this out. Okay. So we are pretty centered. I'm just gonna actually drop it on the hat a little lower. Cross fingers. I know this is not a digitized hat image. I'm just trying to work with what I have and actually see if it works. So I know a couple of you are going to comment, it's not a digitized hat image. I know. But we got it. Let's just try it. I know what you're saying in the comments. I already know it. I told you so. So here's the outcome. Everything looks good except like right here. I am not satisfied with that, and a little bit of right here. So I already know my dad. I already know he's gonna be like, it looks great, and he's gonna wear it. So I am gonna still go ahead and give it to him. But I'm telling you right now, I would never give this to a customer. So I'm gonna have to figure this one out. I might just have to remove the mahi altogether when it comes to hats, just because it is way too much detail work. So yeah, that is the hat situation. Otherwise, it's all right. It's not great. I definitely do not like it, but I know, you know, it's always trial and error. That's what we do on this channel, folks. Oh, also there is one other tip that I definitely want to show you guys, so hang tight. So I thought that this was a really great idea. I did go ahead and print out my instructions, which is what I created on my Chroma software. And actually I went ahead and created this little sheet right here that has all my color codes. So now basically what happens is if I ever change out my thread and I have to recreate this image for him, since there are so many colors, I could just find the number, find the color, put it back on the machine and go at it. So I thought that this was a really great idea. And like I said, I just taped it to my little sheet here. And then my original fish is back here that I actually picked up from Etsy. So hopefully this is very helpful. I know I'm a little scatterbrained, but it's okay. We got through it. And I'm just happy that I was able to complete those shirts for him. And then we're gonna have to figure out something with the hats. Like I mentioned, might just have to remove the fish altogether, but I'll verify with him and we'll go from there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next crafting project. Bye everyone.